this is working, but for some reason it says that. Yeah, I mean, I think it should be working. Right? Yes. Oh, what the actual fuck? Okay, wait. And then caster strat here. Caster strat load. Okay, we're good. I'm casting it. We're here, we're good. I don't know what the outside of game bans are, I'll check that. 10 EST to VOD review, yeah, that's fine. Okay. All good. Starting. No EX bonds. Blast Slash Leaf. Outside bans were T-Tar and Crustal. So I'm assuming Midnight Griefers banned T-Tar. And V1 banned Crustal. Alright. Premium analysis, alright? Hold on. I was just watching. Dude, you know what's so funny? Right before I was streaming this, I was literally in. I don't know how the fuck. I was in Jake's stream. I'm not gonna say fucking Dro Pagata or whatever. I was in his stream, literally like watching them go. On a ladder game. It was a ladder game versus some members of Thanksgiving, which is really weird. They're still playing fucking what's it called? Comfey Garchomp, Sweet Kiss Comfey. It was a close game. So I want to see the Comfey Garchomp from a Midnight Grievers here. Nah. Okay. Zoroark, I think, is a respect ban to Maul. Or Locke. I don't know. I don't think Locke really plays Zoroark like that, but, like, he might play Zoroark like that. I don't really remember. First pick tree makes a lot of sense. This is just sort of very standard. I don't know. This is probably, like, target bans. I think it's target bans at Lionel and Char, respectively. Like, just trying to take them off of their comfort picks, which I think is a really strong strategy here. And locking in Gyarados Umbreon. It's just a great start for V1 into this draft, I think. But this tree pick is like very, very strong, so we'll see what they end up being able to do with that. If they're able to, if they have other Pokemon that they're ready on, if they were maybe ready for this target banning and they weren't expecting to play these ones, preparing some other different stuff could be really big. Also, I gotta be honest, I just got here. I don't know who this is normally. I assume this is just someone who's normally on their team renamed. I don't recognize them though, so I'm probably just gonna call them like level 7 or something, because I don't recognize who it is. I could take a look at the roster in a second. I actually love these picks, by the way. Comfey. I love these picks. This is a really cool draft line. Blaziken I want last pick. This is like literally the best Blaziken game you can ever have. I think, right? It's like, why are I mean, or maybe a Sniper, but like I think it's Blaziken, right? It's gotta be Blaziken. And I just saw Luck play Blaziken on ladder, so I know he can do it. I guess. Delphox is also a character. Okay, so let's see how this ends up being swapped around. I think Gobsop is the support for them here. Or maybe the tank. Age Maze. Yeah. So they're going with top lane tree. Wait, no, they can't go with top lane tree. Okay, well this guy's gonna change his build probably then. Or swap it to someone else. Metagross from Char. I think this makes a lot of sense. You just got your Charizard van. Place it. They're clearly scared of it. Play something that has that similar sort of quality to it, like a Metagross. Maybe you'll be able to slot into it. Yeah, there's the EXP share there. See if there's anything else unique on builds. The Wise Glasses makes me think this is probably going to be Dive, if I would guess. Because as a Cram player, I normally switch to Choice instead of Wise for Hurricane. I don't know if that's right, though. I just, like, the rule in my head is that Choice is for burst damage, like, big hits of damage all at once, and Wise is for, like, more often smaller hits that come more commonly. So I usually switch that around. I don't know if that's something that's real or not. Gonna just see. Sending Metagross top lane, probably Decidueye in the jungle here. And we have Delphox in the jungle, as well as Magikarp top lane. I think I'm gonna watch this bot lane. I want to see some Cram. I know a lot about Cram myself, so. I like the Whirlpool placement. Don't end up getting it, though. I like that Whirlpool placement a lot as well. I also really like hitting the B button instead of the A button. This Cram is honestly playing very well, even though they haven't quite gotten a single piece of farm. Holy shit. They're actually getting starved, bro. Okay. Yeah, there you go. We got one. But yeah, we played that pretty well with just nature of this Whirlpool into the B button with the boosted. It was good. Now we go up top for the ganks. And we have a Gyarados already. I don't know how this happened. But that's not very good. See if I can see who died. Probably someone died. If no one died, and it's Sweet Kiss. If no one died, I don't know what happened. But 4-man top, they're going to be able to just, like, make insane leverage off of that Sweet Kiss dive. And bot lane is obviously not going the best. But it literally doesn't matter. It's the trade-off. That's what you want. You don't want... I mean, obviously you want your Umbreon to out-secure everything and win the lane, but it's not going to happen. You're insanely happy with how things turned out for you because that was the main goal. And now you can stop this. Now that you're just barely here, you might even kill them. Like, for doing that to your Umbreon. Because you just farmed the entire rest of their map on them. So we do have Mystical Fire on the Delphox. I want to see whether it goes dash move or the other move. Because that is a big distinction. Let me just look at it. Yeah, we're dash move. I like that. That's what I would have gone to. Got a dive. That leaving the Sylve really low. And Midnight Goofer's moving as a unit here. 5-man to the bottom lane. Just we send 5 there. We're not all too worried about it. We're sending 5. I like it. See, the thing is, when you have 5 people here, you have to look. You have to look to be really aggressive, though. And here they are. They have good objective positioning, and I think they probably do end up getting this almost for free. And we'll see if, oh, that's a big Sweet Kiss. I was gonna say, I'm curious whether V1 actually wants to collapse on the fight, or if they just realized that they were a bit too late to that. But yeah, I would have left. I would have already been in this position. I think that you're too weak in this sort of situation. I would have just... Well, I can't say I would have. That's, like, condescending. But you could just take the objective here, and then, like, go out through this bottom pathing. Like, immediately just, like, walk this way to your path. Up here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would have done. It's what I wish I would have done. Because that's probably what the right thing to do is. I mean, you just aren't very leveled. Even if you think about it, it's not even just like they lost that fight because, oh, they got caught or whatever. I wouldn't have gotten caught, but it's more so like, just I wouldn't want to fight at all. Just wouldn't want to be in a fight at that situation. It's a good Desi ult. See if it ends up leading to much. Yeah. It's a good place to Desi ult. The team died before you got there, and that's unfortunate for the Desi. It's looking like a clinic from V1, just making sure they showed presence everywhere and are always ready to rotate to one place and catch Midnight Griefers unsuspecting once they've shown where they are altogether. Like, just floating around these areas, and once they see where they all are, they're just ready to, like, sneak up on it and pounce on it. And it's really worked very well for them so far. This jungle invade's going well again. Because, see, Metagross does get big shields there. Unfortunate, though. Getting bot objective. All, you know, I mean, they're just leveraging this position. Not doing anything too inanely aggressive, but they are leveraging it to all that they have the right to, you know? They're leveraging it to everything past this line. And you'll see, like, right here is like, oh, you passed the line? Like, here, this is my territory now. Anything here and beyond. You passed it, we're gonna team fight in your jungle and kill everyone, you know? You can't, this isn't an area where you catch us anymore. This is our area. Type vibes. From V1, and it's working well for them. This is such a sad interaction. I've seen that so many times. So many Decidueyes. Good hammer, though. Huge. Realizing that you can catch out the bounce once it bounces over and then pull it back. Really strong idea from the tree. I think that's what happened there anyway. I'm pretty sure he bounced to the other side of the wall and then immediately got pulled back, which is really smart from the tree. Like, a lot of people would just hammer the bouncing Gyarados and, like, just throw their hammer on it. But he was smart enough to realize and get a read on where he thought the Gyarados was going to sort of pick him up over this wall. It was really good. Fortunately, it was all in vain and they all died anyway, as you can tell. But good awareness from the tree. Who's the tree? Big shouts. Level 7 at 5 minutes. Let's see, what level are we? 10 at... that's not bad. 7 at 5 minutes? That's not even that bad. No, well, on a tank, it's not the worst that you could be. That's definitely happened in some games. It's just how some games go. So again, it's not like actually a horrible position. You're only down roughly 2 scores and a few points. I wish that they were 5 here and were able to just catch these few members of... Ooh. Yeah, but now they have 2 dead into raid time. It's really not looking good. Yeah, and V1's just going to look to press that advantage, and now I imagine they're just going to rip. Like, I don't even care that there is Decidueye. I just rip. I don't know if that's what they're going to do, but I would have put Delphox out on it already. Again, I don't know if that's right, but that's just what if I was, like, in control of everything, I'd be looking to just, like, convert this, like, almost 100% rare into ours possession. And now they're just gonna do it already. They're like, we've had enough fun in games. We've had enough... It's like you're dangling a carrot in the face of a pig. Sorry, not to compare Midnight Griefers to a pig in any way, but it's like you're dangling a carrot in the face of of talented, skilled players. Well, that's not patronizing. Damn, I can't. I can't do this well. No offense, they're good. I love Midnight Griefers. Well, I don't love. I don't. That's also kind of weird because I don't really know them, but you know what I mean. They're cool people, probably. But and also good players, probably. Nah, not probably. They are good players. I don't give a fuck. And but yeah, it's like they're dangling the ray in front of them. This is just garbage time. I'm just gonna talk about what already happened. Dangling this in front of them, and you know, whenever they reach out to get it, they slap them in the face. when they when they want the carrot on a stick, they slap them. And then eventually they got tired of slapping them and they ate the carrot. It's a great analogy. Because it's a great analogy. Alright, let's look at these next bands. Two mutual friends? AJ! Yeah, game one going about how you would expect it going into this match. Again, no offense to Midnight Griefers, but this is just what you might expect from this quality of a team. I mean, I know my experience playing Midnight Griefers as AOC was very similar, but it was basically like dangling the carrot. It's like we dangled too much carrot, and then we let them eat some of it, you know? You feel? And then they ate it, and then they ate the carrot. Like, it was a very similar sort of circumstance, but we'll see what, who wants, they want second pick. So we're going second pick from Midnight Griefers. I think Midnight Griefers are a team that is somewhat good on capitalizing on mistakes. And so I am impressed with V1's ability to play that tricky of a situation. Well, you know, that sort of tricky game state where you have both of your outer pads. I mean, I guess it wasn't as tricky as it could have been, right? It's really tricky when you have both of your outer pads and, like, there isn't that much cover. But when you have both your outer pads and you're like, we need to control Ray here. I think what really did it and what made the Ray endgame so tough for Midnight Griefers was them dying bot side. Really gave V1 the opportunity. Because that's actually a scary position to be in. I know because we lost in like basically the same position as them. Versus the same team, versus Midnight Griefers. In one game where you just have your two outer pads. Van Crustle. So they Van Crustle again. Where you just have your two outer pads. And it feels like it's hard to guard back caps and be in pit at the same time. Feels like it's weird to position up front because then you end up fighting in their jungle. Feels like it's weird to rip because then they could steal it. Feels like it's weird to do like anything as that team that's so far in the lead. But it works. But they handled it really well. They sort of fought in the choke areas in front of their jungle, which is a really nice area to fight in. As well as having the leeway to sort of go into that jungle area when you already killed two people on the bot side was really good for them. Yeah, as the team that was behind at a disadvantage, no offense, again, I feel like it was potentially better if you could just stick, like, splitting your resources between the two objectives when there's both objectives up right before Ray. That isn't going to favor you very well, especially when the other team is doing it. I guess they had a read that the other team would all be on one objective and that they could trade it, right? Or that they could pretend that they're there and then trade it, right? But if you 5-man one objective as the behind team and they're split on the objectives, then you can actually play this area and you almost get this objective for free. Unless they try and fight you and then you get kills for free because there's 5 to, like, however many. And if you're in this position where there's both objectives and you just 5-man one, I feel like it's almost not necessarily bottom, but could be 5-man top, 5-man wherever. I feel like it's necessarily just better because if they're all there, if you notice that they're all there, then you leave and you go, fuck, this is the worst outcome. We shouldn't have been. I hate 5-manning. You know, it sucks, but it's like you're behind. It's gonna happen sometimes. And if you're on the other one, you go. If you notice that they're all on the other one, you go, okay, that's fine. I like trading objectives. I like having a trade of like almost equal material when I'm behind. That's great. Maybe a Reggie for a top. Yeah, all that stuff. Blaziken ban. I wonder why this is, because we didn't see any Blaziken from either team. Either side, maybe they do have a good Blaziken on this team that just didn't want to whip it out in the first game. But we see the Blaziken ban. And also, if the enemy team that's over-leveled has split their attention as well, then you run over them. So it's just, I think it's better to 5-man in that sort of situation. Okay, bans are Crustal T-Tar. And our in-game bans are Comfey. I don't like the Comfey ban here, to be honest. It's Comfey, Buzzwole, and Blaziken Charizard. I think they're just trying to get all of MC Char TTVs picks off the board. The Mew pick would be very interesting. Taking the Mimikyu, I assume this is just trying to cement this guy a pick. I don't know that he plays necessarily. We actually are going to go back to the Mew. Again, I do not know how I feel about this. I feel like, generally, if you are on Midnight Griefer's side, you have to realize that this matchup is generally a disadvantage for you. And I hate playing Mew when I don't feel like I'm in the driver's seat in a matchup, essentially. I hate when we play Mew and we're not favored, essentially. And I don't think that we are, not necessarily, I don't think that we're better. I don't think that we can win, not that at all. But when I don't think that we are, when I'm facing people who are going to, like, really, potentially might be at a disadvantage, I don't like the Mew pick. This is all good, though. I mean, I don't know. I forgot about the fact that the rest of the draft happens. I guess I didn't think that they played Gyarados. That's why we didn't see an early pick. Or they just really like this Eldeos pick. I think it's important. Maybe they're thinking that this side would take the Clef as a tank and double pick the Eldegoss, sort of a counter to Real Player. I mean, Real Player is known for Eldegoss, like known. What was the Sylveon pick? Sylveon, again, one of Jake's better, not better. I don't know. Somehow that sounds mean or disrespectful. So Jake's very good. Very, very good at Sylveon. Just very skilled. See a Slowbro Gyarados. This is a really good. I mean, Mew pick I'm less confident in. I really like this sort of buckle down. We are like ready to have a lot of volatility in this game with our Gyarados and with our Gardevoir and with our Slowbro. And I mean, Blue Badge Mew, maybe we're ready to like turn up on the bot lane and really showcase why we have Blue Badge on Mew. And like just have volatility in the game in team fights that anyone can get caught at any time with our Slowbro ult, with our Gardevoir ult, with our Gyarados stuff. Just making it hard for V1 to play around is what I love to do. Or is what I think is really good when you're not the quote-unquote favorite team. Venu. Yeah, we got Mimikyu. I think they took away the Mimikyu because they saw them hovering it so hard on this side. And actually, that's something I would love. Oh my god. I would love to start doing that, is fake hovers. I don't know if it matters. I don't really care. But like, if we got like coordinated enough in the draft on my team to just like hover something and fake it, it's not real. We don't have any plans on going that. Like, if we're thinking we want to play snipers, why don't we hover Zoroark, have Falcon, who is our jungler, hover Zoroark, something he's known for, even though we want to go a sniper. Like, early in the draft, we have him hover for like the whole time, and then last minute switch. They think we want to go Zoroark. I don't know, that's something I wish that, that's like mind games. I'm wondering if that's what happened from Midnight Griefers to V1 here to try and sort of get them onto a Mimikyu pick, which they might be confident playing against the Mimikyu. Because that's sort of what I'm reading, potentially. Again, I don't know history on either of these teams or anything, but so this could be like completely incorrect. Don't take my information, take it incredibly for granted. But that's something that's a really interesting thing that could have happened. Maybe that's what happened, is what I was saying with the Mimikyu being like, I'm confident playing into the Mimikyu. I don't think it's that good in current meta. Maybe that's where they're coming from. So maybe you want to pick Mimikyu now because you think that, what's his name, Char, our guy, who you clearly are target banning and trying to get rid of all his picks, you think that he wants Mimikyu, and that he's calling for that. He's like, I need my pick, they're going to take away all the mons, they know too much. But he doesn't actually want Mimikyu, he wants to take away their Gyarados. I mean, I just think that's a really fun idea, even if it didn't happen, which it probably didn't, but it would be so cool if it did. And that's a great wood hammer, but it actually gets punished for it. And a little bit too aggressive. Not noticing how many there are here in the bottom path, but we do. Oh, I thought that was 8. I was like, how do we have fucking Sylveon ult? We don't. We don't have Sylveon ult. That's good. I was like, I thought bottom lane was winning. We don't have Sylveon ult. Good gracious. No Sylveon ult. Level 7 tree. Level 6.5 Sylve. Got a level 6 Mew. It's all very... Levels are actually in a very even state. Except we have the level 9 Mimikyu looking for this flank, so... You have to do something quick here. You have to get this objective, you have to get a kill. You want your Guardi ult as fast as possible, because now this Mimikyu is here. And... he has ult, and we don't have anything, and we got Venu ult too on the side of V1, and it's team wipe. It's over. Not the game, but this fight is over. We didn't get what we needed to play for. Wondering how fast they end up striking chord back into this top path. Seems like what most teams would do in this sort of situation, and V1 has to be ready for it, but it's not easy to counterplay them going top here. Because even though you know they're going top, there's not much you can do about them taking this, you know? Question is, what do you do after this to make sure that they don't get any value from it? They don't know that you're 5 here, yet they don't know. You let it walk. I'm assuming that we're all going to ambush them as soon as they pop out of those scores, and yeah. Does look like that's what happens, but it isn't actually going great for V1. Actually looking good so far. For Midnight Griefers, this is good trades, especially with that Gyarados scoring a few points. Venu going down, yeah, this is looking like a really good fight for Midnight Griefers. Looking to turn this game around compared to the last one, and it's working very well so far. There's 1, 2 Psyshock hits, forcing Sylveon to go out of the invade. And the Mew, unfortunately, isn't quite able to follow up on the Psyshock. Of course, reading the Sylveon leaving from this sort of area but is unable to get there in time. Still good rotation from the Mew, even though it was a little bit late. Here we're set up again in the bot path, and we actually have our ults. So having an even number of ults, and even maybe more ults, more impactful ults potentially. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be more impactful ults. It depends on how you use it, but what I would call more impactful ults from Midnight Griefers. And yeah, you're seeing that sort of why they have more impactful, or quote-unquote more impactful ults here that engage, because, again, to not sound mean, they got caught, but they were still able to use all their resources because they had such good resources to turn that fight into sort of a playable situation. And unfortunately, it's not looking very playable anymore. Fortunately, they're going to break the top side as well, and that is really bad for Midnight Griefers. Slithering up here with the Basilisk. Basilisk? Slithering up. We pinged blue buff. I can't ping things. Why can't I ping things? Any weird moves other than Waterfall? Yeah, we got Waterfall. I saw that way earlier. I don't know why I didn't comment on it. I wonder why you go Waterfall. Does Waterfall have Unstoppable? I genuinely don't know. If Waterfall has Unstoppable, that is still very strong. And actually a very good option, I feel. I feel like more Gyarados should potentially go Waterfall sometimes if it's Unstoppable. If it's not Unstoppable, I feel like it's griefing. But I don't know if it is or not. Going very deep for this, and we do, I think we are, yeah, it looks like it is Unstoppable. I actually like that move then. I feel like it actually has some use cases. For sure, and I'm wondering why he did choose to go it. Of course, Lionel on her signature, well actually, I don't know pronouns, but I think it's she, her, don't quote me on that. On her signature Guardian pick. Here. I mean, this is what you want. They banned it last game, so it's like not like you're not gonna take it, right? Okay. You have to be thinking they obviously don't want me on this pick. But they thought that banning the Blaziken was more important this next game. Even though they still don't want this. Oh, and Tree gets trapped on the wall. As a tank player, I have had that happen too many times. Those walls are dumb sometimes. They don't make sense, the hitboxes. Choosing to not jump, and we are just 5-man clearing bees. And I honestly don't even hate it. Now we're seeing the Gyarados engage, and this is really strong, actually. Unfortunately, we missed Gardevoir ult. And our Bro ult didn't end up resulting in too much, except for a dead Mimikyu, which is actually a lot. What the heck? Okay. And the question is, we weren't able to land the knock-up of the Waterfall on them, and I feel like we might be extending a bit too far into the spot pad when we could be back in Ray Pit ripping the objective with all of our characters. I mean, they have Venusaur ult and Mimikyu ult. And it almost feels like the time that we had to capitalize on this advantage that we garnered. What a fucking stupid caster I am. I just said fucking garnered. Who the fuck says garnered? The advantage that we garnered. I feel like the time to capitalize is already gone, and they're all dead. Every single one. Okay, never mind. But they're they're not in a good spot. Yeah. V1 takes game 2. In a lot closer of a fashion. Time to leak some more DMs, because you know it's not a max stream without leaked DMs. Leak AOC chat. the KOC chat. AJ's channel. Might go join that in a minute. I got AOC stuff in like 15 minutes, so I might join up there. Maybe I could ask for an interview. I don't know. I mean, if they want to, I would be happy. I'd be confident. I actually do have some questions that I could ask. But, I don't know whether I should ask for it. I think if they ask me for an interview, I'll definitely do it. But I'm not sure about asking for it myself, so. Because, I don't know, I haven't seen anyone do an Articuno League interview in such a long time. I'm just a little bit nervous asking if they want to, even though I do have some questions on that. I want a question about the Blaziken ban in Game 2. That was really interesting to me. I'm wondering why we switched to Blaziken on the ban. But really, I don't know if I should sort of interview type deal. Anyway, Articuno again. Dude, maybe I should just ask for the interview, bro. Like, isn't that what you're supposed to do, bro? Dude, I'm just hoping someone's actually, like, one of them is actually, like, watching the stream and hearing me contemplate over this, because I'm like, dude, I actually don't know whether I should or not. Like, I know that if I ask, they're gonna do it, but I don't know whether they're gonna, like, do it, like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do this, or if they're gonna do it, like, oh, that's awesome, let's do it, I can't believe you remembered, like, type deal, you know? You feel me? Yeah, I'm probably just not gonna do it. Next time, if anyone sees this VOD, type something in some chat if you, like, genuinely want it next time, not, like, fake want it next time type. I do have some questions. I guess I could just ask. Well, do I have more than, like, one question? Because I do want to ask about the Blaziken ban. I do sort of want to ask about what are cons like in that second team Ray fight after you're down a couple players. I don't know. I feel like that's generic, though. I feel like that is somewhat generic of a thing to ask. It is a lot easier if I don't do it. So I'm not going to. Alright, I'll probably answer him now. Jeez, that was good. Oh shit, I just hit. I don't know what that button does. Well, hopefully it doesn't do anything. I just pasted a link. I don't need to type anything here. I don't know why I'm trying to type shit. I'm just gonna stop streaming.